everybody. This is the 30s perspective. Whoop, whoop,
Whoop, whoop.
whoop, 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 whoop. All right. So we have Los, who's finally returned from his hiatus. How you been, Los?
Not bad. Just had to handle and manage some things.
You know, we missed you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Your out the box perspective here.
Good. It's good to be missed.
Yeah. All right. We got B Mike. What's up?
What's going on?
Not much. How you feeling today?
It's damn good, man. You know, it's about to be 4th of July weekend. We're playing that game everybody plays in the hood. There's a firework, there's a gunshots.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you win some, you lose some, I guess.
Yeah.
Yo, they were firing them off like crazy last night. I'm like, oh.
I'm so over the fireworks.
Yes.
I mean, it's cool on the day of, but like after that, it's like, bruh, you're like,
It's over because then they go on sale at the fireworks store, so it's over. It's over for us until what? Labor Day.
Yeah. All right, we have Alicia Terrell.
Woo woo! What up, y'all?
Hey, how you feeling, girl?
Listen, I'm stressed, but I'm
Damn.
blessed.
Yeah,
Okay, that's a good cleanup.
I feel you. And we have a special guest tonight, Elise Hogan. How are you?
I'm fine. I don't know if when I speak, you're going to see my cousin. Nope. Yep. When I speak, you're going to see my cousin. So there's that.
You know, when you change the screen, I actually have it set up to where I can see everybody at once.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm doing all right. Yeah. Quarantine's been good to me.
That's good to hear because it definitely hasn't been good to a lot of people.
Right.
And last but not least, I am Sherelle Unique. I am always feeling all over the place. I look at the world like that area of shady gray. Like I always have the good and the bad. I see the good and the bad and everything. So I'm always like, I'm all over the place. Like, so it's another one of those days. Work was annoying, but I had a great nap. You know, I'm happy to be on the podcast, but I ain't eat my dinner yet. You know, it's one of those things.
Oh man, she ain't eat yet. We need to take this off and reconvene in like 10 minutes.
Listen, it's gonna take longer than that. And what's crazy is I'm doing intermittent fasting. But days like this or days when I have gigs, I have to kind of break my fast because it cuts into my hours that I eat.
When's your window?
Huh?
How long is your window?
8 hours.
Okay.
So I eat for 8 hours and fast for 16.
Yeah, that could be tough, man.
But I don't like if there's something that interferes, I don't pressure myself too much. I just go ahead and eat if I'm
just go ahead and eat, girl.
Yeah, like
it's a mood changer.
I'm gonna have to because I don't think I've eaten since maybe one o'clock, like a meal.
It's a mood changer.
It is.
Get her a Snickers.
But when you're intermittent fasting, it takes away your hunger drive, like that feeling and that urge to eat. As you go on, I'm a little like over a month in, and that urge to eat isn't as aggressive. I know I haven't eaten and I should eat, and I feel a little bit hungry, but not to where what I would be feeling if I wasn't fasting, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. Well, tonight's topic is about life purpose. I think that's something crucial to discuss when you're in your 30s, for sure. But before we get to the main topic, we got to do our icebreaker. So the icebreaker tonight, we need the best panty dropper artist or group of the 90s. Best panty dropper artist or group of the 90s.
Y'all gonna stop sleeping on my boy Plies.
Plies. He wasn't even in the 90s.
Lies.
Live might be early 2000s,
Was
right?
he early 2000? I thought he was at the end of the 90s. I thought he was. I thought he
Hold
was
on. Wait a
98.
second. Plies, though?
Yeah, Plies.
Yes.
Kenny
I
G
know
was more
way
of a
too
panty
many
dropper than
females.
Plies in the 90s.
I know way too many females that think that his voice is so sexy. I didn't say he was, but his voice.
His accent,
Yes.
his swag is kind of sexy.
Yes.
Yeah, it's your boy Plies.
So
homie.
boom, boom. Not trying to hear that. I thought he was 98.
Nah.
No, you look it up because I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, definitely not wrong. Plies ain't come out for like 2005, maybe.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, I'm gonna say if it comes down to artists, then it got to be R. Kelly.
Yeah, that's a controversial answer, but that might be the truth.
Oh, man, the 12-play album?
The question is, whose panties is he dropping? Because a lot of those panties should not have ever been touched.
Right.
He also got women up to like age 50, like dropping panties. Like it was just the 12-play album was 11 songs about sex and one about his mom. Like,
before R. Kelly was canceled, like you was definitely knocking R. Kelly, trying to see if you could bag you something that night for sure.
For sure. And then if it comes down to the sexiest group, I'm gonna give it to Jodeci.
Yeah.
Just as off of music.
he's taking both my answers.
Sorry.
I don't have one.
I could be anybody, man.
Yeah, I know, but like I don't.
Oh.
Conversation with Brandon last night. I would put H-Town in that as well, but
yeah, H-Town is a
catalog. But I remember being young and not knowing what knocking the boots was.
I heard that one.
My stepdad, like, what's knocking the boots?
Some shit you better not.
Something that you don't need to know about.
Yeah, he broke it down, but he didn't tell me what it was. Like, I don't even know what answer he gave me, but I know it wasn't sex.
All right, so you know what?
You're in the room jumping around.
I'll do this. Since Sherelle took my answers, I'm going to switch it up. I would say that in that vein of that sexy music in the 90s, though, Janet has some smooth hits
Yeah.
to go in the mix with that.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that works.
Answer. I was definitely trying to think about who was doing sexy music. What females were doing sexy music?
Janet was definitely one for sure.
I think Madonna was another like sex symbol of the 90s.
Yeah, she just ain't speak to our demographic like that.
The 80s, man. What's the 90s Madonna like panty dropper song?
I wasn't much of a Madonna fan, and the song that I can think of that I do like is not really a sex song. But I just remember her being like the sex symbol. You said it was more of the 80s?
Yeah, she was big in the 80s, man. She was sex symbol. She was Lady Gaga way before Lady Gaga, man.
Well, yeah.
In the 80s.
Well, then who's sexy and then who?
You know what? I got one. Akinyele. Y'all remember Akinyele?
Oh, so we're not just saying R&B. We're saying rappers too.
It was 90s artists. No matter it could be any genre, man. You could say this.
I remember Akinyele though, but did he only had like one hit that I was aware of, right?
Say what?
He only had like one hit that I was aware of, right?
What, Akinyele?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that whole album was in the same vein as Put It in Your Mouth.
I don't know anybody that heard the whole album.
In the 90s?
Akinyele?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's definitely in the 90s, but who heard the whole album?
I don't know. Little Kim in the 90s and Sex Symbol, they all go together.
Adina Howard.
Oh, yeah.
She early 2000s?
No, you know what? So she came out with the first one, Freak Like Me, that was in the 90s. But then she came out with another album in the 2000s that didn't really fly, but it was still a freak nasty album, though. But it didn't really take off.
Lauren, you didn't finish what you were about to say, but you mentioned LL Cool J.
Yeah, he's definitely one that has some little, he had a couple of little spicy records for you. Yeah, man, like
that joint with boys, the joint with Boys the Men, that was smooth.
What's the other one? I need a friend. That's the is that the record you talking about or
no? Hey Lover. No, name of the song is Hey Lover. Boys the Men and Cool J.
Oh, what's the other one? It was like
Hey Lover's good.
Yeah, I mean, LL had a bunch of records in the 90s that was like spicy for sure.
Yeah, he did for sure. Elise, you want to weigh in on this one?
I honestly don't have one that I can think of. Like in the 90s, I was listening to NSYNC. Like,
hey, for some people that was they were Panty Droppers.
but like I was like 12. Like,
I don't know, man.
Like even being older and thinking back, like I can't I mean, everything everybody says so far like works, but like I was also like a rocker, and like although rockers get bras and panties thrown at them, like I wasn't listening to the type of rock music that like
we're panty droppers
where that was happening. So I
just
really
panty throwing.
I really don't have like a answer for this one, so I don't know.
They are definitely playing gunshots or fireworks hardcore over here right now.
So annoying.
I feel like it's like the finals are happening. Like they're trying to.
Especially depending on the time of day they're doing it. Like,
are we calling Genuine in the 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Anxious, Pony.
Yeah. Pony was the #1 stripper song for the longest time.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody got their little 2 cents in, man. Cool.
Yeah. All right, so to the main topic. Today, like I said, we're talking about life purpose. What is purpose? Let's discuss what that is. What is that to you? I know for me, it's kind of like your reason for being here. For me, it's your God-appointed reason for being here on this earth. It kind of I guess navigates your journey, what you should be doing while you're here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that's life purpose to me. What's your thoughts? By the way, I want to shout out my shirt because I love it. It says "Be you, they'll adjust."
Oh, I like that.
So while we're talking about life purpose, I figured this shirt would really help to represent that topic, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What is life purpose? Who wants to start?
It's so crazy because I this topic kind of fit into like what my day was, because a close friend of mine, I found out some things that she's been going through recently, and she kind of hit like that wall of trying to figure out what her purpose is and kind of figuring out like what she wants out of life, because she doesn't know. She's felt like she has achieved everybody else's goals but her own. And she was always like, I always had this sense of feeling that I needed more and wanted more. And she's like, I hate that feeling of it's not enough for what I'm doing. She said, so, we were just on there talking just about life, like, you know what I mean? And, I feel that a lot of us, and I'm not saying everybody because I don't want to overgeneralize, but a lot of us, we don't know our purpose. Yeah. And I think that's why some of us are lost.
Yeah.
Kind of, just here, just kind of moving around, but don't know like their real purpose of being here.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon, what is life purpose?
All right, see, I don't think it's just one defining thing. I think it changes with each season, though.
Yeah.
For a particular season in your life, your purpose is going to change. At least it should.
Right. Agreed.
Because my purpose when I was 15 definitely shouldn't be my purpose now that I'm in my 30s.
You're right.
So I think it definitely agreed. It's hard to find your purpose very often, and it's very easy to doubt if you're on the right path with that focus and that purpose. But I think in terms of defining that purpose, no matter what season you're in, that requires you to kind of go with your gut feeling on that. Definitely put some logic and some thought into it, but listening to that I told you so voice and not doubting yourself is a very big important part of defining your purpose in that season.
Mm-hmm.
I like that answer. Los, what's purpose?
You know what, man? That's something I really struggle with, to be honest. I think it has a lot to do with what B was saying about different seasons. I think too, Alicia kind of touched on it too. Just when it comes to people having expectations of you, are you trying to live up to other people's validation of things and stuff like that, and not truly defining that for yourself? So, I would not be the best person to speak on it. To be honest, I think that I really feel like it's always evolving. You know what I mean? Particularly in my life, purpose is always evolving. You know what I mean? You're you know how they say form follows function and all that. Just you kind of just do the things that you're purposed to do to fit. I don't know, like Brandon was saying, the season you're in. I do believe that everybody's here for a reason, and I feel like everybody's here for everybody too. You know what I mean? Not necessarily here to please everybody, but the world needs all 5 of us on this live. You know what I mean? And we got to figure out why. I think that's our purpose. And in the meantime, is to just be here for each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Elise, what's your thought? What is purpose?
I think for myself, personally, in order to know your purpose, you have to know your why. Why do I get up in the morning and go to this job? Why do I make sure that, I have everything that I need in order to be healthy, or the family that I have healthy? There are obvious reasons to those questions, but knowing the why helps you know your purpose. But I also feel that in order to live your purpose, no matter what season you're in, you should always live in your truth and always speak your truth, in order to make sure that whatever purpose you're trying to fulfill is fulfilled the way that you need it to be fulfilled. So.
My goodness, what is that?
Her answer was so lit that they had to let off some fireworks.
I know, right?
I know, right? Now, all right. So I got a question for all of y'all. What do y'all think about Sister Mary Clarence's advice?
Before your question, I have to say something. I have the definition of purpose right here, and then you can go into your question. The definition of purpose, it's the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. That's the noun version. Verb is have as one's intention or objective. So a particular requirement or consideration, typically one that is temporary or restricted in scope of extent. So I just want to throw that in there. And Brandon, you can take us where you want to take us.
With Sister Mary
Clarence. So the question was Sister Mary Clarence's advice to Lauryn Hill and Sister Act about if you wake up and the first thing you want to do in the morning is write, then you're a writer. What do y'all think about that concept? Your desire when you get up, the first thing you got a passion about, that's what you're supposed to be doing.
I'm gonna be real. I want to get to that place where it's just like I'm following my heart. You know what I mean? And I'm just doing whatever makes me happy. But when you got the little people in your life and you got, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to just be like, yo, I'm throwing caution to the wind and just do what I do.
On it, bro.
You know what I mean? Like
it's hard to live in your purpose and your truth when you have somebody else relying on you. What I want to do in my life may not be, you know, conducive with, you know, my child. So like, you know, if I want to go and travel the world and be a missionary, that's not what I can do right now because I have somebody relying on me to make sure that they make it through this world. So, you know, I also believe, like you said, you know, in each season, and right now, like, you know, everybody's in different seasons. You know, I'm in the season of parenthood, like parenting a young child. So just like, you know, Los, I'm not sure if everybody else got kids. I know Sherelle don't, but at least I don't know if you have children. No. But, you know, it's a whole different season over here when purpose comes to mind for me. So, you know, my purpose right now is to make sure that I raise a decent, respectful human being to put out into the world. And, you know, that's my purpose right now. So,
yeah.
I believe in that statement. Like, if it's something that is gnawing at you, something you wake up thinking about, that you can't get out of your head, I think you definitely should be doing something. Maybe even if it's just the planning stages. I know I kind of hold myself to that, and like you guys said, like, I don't have children, so I can kind of move and shake the way I want to pertaining to that. But yeah, I definitely think like your purpose is wrapped up in those things that keep gnawing at you and that you keep thinking about and that you really would like to do, those ideas that keep coming to you. So for me, like, I really try, if something is gnawing at me to do, I kind of take that as God's voice in a sense, and I kind of make sure that I try to do it because I don't know, I kind of fear not doing it. And I used to be like really, really spontaneous with it. Like, I'm crazy. Like, I would have, if I saw an audition tomorrow in New York, I would have went. I would just go, like, because I can. I got a car, why not? Like, that was me. Now, of course, we're older now. We can't just hop out and just do anything anymore.
Who said you can't?
We got bills to pay. Like,
hey, then whatever you end up to just do, better be making sure it pays your bills. Like,
yeah. But the 20-year-old me, I was out in these streets. I was going everywhere to audition, to perform, to sing. You don't even have to ask me. If I see it, I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think too, it's just like, I think it's how your mind is set up too, because there are times where, you know, I'll feel selfish for doing things. You know what I mean? Whereas you'll look at quote unquote successful people and they just don't give a damn what nobody think about shit. You know? They
do anything.
You'll be like, damn, I wish I just had that internal fuck it for every and anybody. Like, if my happiness is not engaged, if I'm not fully fucking, what they call it, like inspired, and I'm not in a state of internal bliss because I'm always going, then fuck it, like, I ain't gonna do shit. You know what I mean? Like this is just, I just feel like when you're conscious of other people, it's like a catch-22. It's like they can hold you back from things, but particularly when it comes to the little people, it's just like, I don't know, I always had this notion that my life isn't over when you have a kid, but it's not your own. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta cater, because I'm just cognizant of the fact that I am nurturing something that could possibly be greater than anything I could have ambitions to do. You know what I mean? Like, who knows what my son could do? You know what I mean? Like,
Los, that's a really cool perspective of that. Like, I remember thinking in my 20s, I'm like, I'm not having kids until I'm in my early 30s, like, or even late teens. I used to think that way because I'm like, I'm thinking in terms of my life being held up or not being able to go and for my dreams and those things. But that's a cool perspective that you just put out there.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's I think too, like when you do what you have to do, you can't do what you want to do. Like I'll feel less bad, you know what I mean, about following my dreams on a Friday if I know I was doing the things I needed to do Monday through Thursday. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like if you do that thing on Friday, you don't gotta feel bad, you know, because you know throughout the rest of the week you was trying to take care of you, know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what are the steps of walking in your purpose? I mean, we're kind of talking about it a little bit right now, but what does that look like? What are the steps of walking in your purpose?
And normally it takes some discipline, no matter what.
Yeah, big